I would like to call to order the Celebrating Schools event for Feb 3rd, 2026 at 6 p.m. May I have a roll call, please?
Student Member Kessie. Student Member Gonzalez.
Here.
Kumar.
Here.
Gonzalez. Here. Herbie. Here. Freeberg.
Here.
Rafay.
Here. Thank you. May I have a motion and a second to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Student Member Gonzalez.
Aye.
Kumar.
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Herbie.
Aye.
Freeberg.
Aye.
Rafay.
Aye. Thank you. Are there any blue cards for topics on the agenda? No, thank you. Welcome to New Haven High School District Celebrating School event. We are delighted to have you join us as a showcase the many wonderful things happening in our schools. We begin tonight's presentation with Cesar Chavez Middle School.
Good evening, President Rafay, members of the board, and Superintendent Thompson. My name is Ramon Camacho, and I'm the principal of Cesar Chavez Middle School. And this evening, I have joining me Counselor Gary Cruz for students with the last names H through O. Today, we're going to be highlighting our after-school program, Youth Cinema Project. And with that, we are planning to address the strategic plan goal number 1, where we talk about rigorous standards-based learning experiences, as well as expanded learning opportunities. So the after-school program meets twice a week. It happens on Mondays and Thursdays. And so it's for an hour and a half, and that's where we have mentors that come in and support our students. And then with the support of Mr. Cruz as well, too, who will help with whatever it is that needs to happen. Really, it's about making sure there's a good vibe happening, and then from there, just supporting the learning that's going on a weekly basis. We're really excited about the work that happens in this program. So we know that over at Searles, they were able to go ahead and have it on a daily basis within the day. And so for us to be able to launch this program, we decided to go ahead and have it happen after school, like I said, twice a week. But then from there, there's a number of different things that we do. In a little moment, you'll see from the student testimonials just how much work that goes on in order to go ahead and make these public service announcements occur. And here's Mr. Cruz.
So one of the things that I would like to say that having the students participate in the Youth Cinema Project has allowed them to get to know each other. We have general ed students working with kids for ELD and also kids with IEP, all grades from 6th to 8th. They interact and come together as a team to generate creative ideas and produce amazing public service announcements and web series. A web series is basically a scripted or unscripted series of video episodes released online, typically distributed through streaming platforms, social media, or websites. This teamwork allows them to brainstorm and come up with the stories and the plots. Then the ideas are presented to the whole class, and then the whole class goes and votes for the top 2, and those are the ones that we work on. This has helped create a positive friendship and instills confidence in them, which have been amazing to watch. The students' PSAs and web series will be shown at the Los Angeles Latino International Film Festival down in LA on from May 27th to the 31st, and students in YCP are invited to attend.
We have 4 different students that are going to be presenting that you'll hear from shortly. 2 of them participated in the program at Searles Elementary, and then from there, we had students that are new to the program this year as well, too.
In elementary, I was an editor. It's a really fun job if you don't really want to work with the crew amid all the chaos. And now that I've stepped out of my comfort zone, I am a director and I am working with the crew to help the actors improve their skills according to the PSA.
I am a head writer and director. I always wanted to know like how it would be like to be a director, since my older sister is a co-director in her college. YCP is really interesting, and I recommend it since like it will help your writing skills, because when you're trying to write a script, it might be a little bit challenging, but once you get the hang of it, you'll start to have better writing skills.
I like learning a lot more about how films and things are made. Like, we learned how like different camera shots and how actors like prepare for acting. I think it's benefiting me because I'm paying attention to all like the little details, because when you make a film, you have to like pay attention to every little detail for it to come out the way you want it to come out.
I joined YCP because when I'm older, I want to be an actress, and me and my mom thought it would be a good idea to challenge certain parts of my brain, like my listening and speaking skills, because in that class you have to listen, learn about certain parts, certain equipments that you have to use correctly so you don't break them. And I have to talk to people because I have to explain my ideas in my brain to understand and picture what we want to film. This is benefiting me with learning because, like I said, it helps me strengthen my listening skills, strengthen my ability to speak to different age groups, like the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. It helps me understand how and why it's so important to listen and learn, and it also helps me with my writing skills, like my spelling.
So the students were basically broken up into 2 different groups, and from there they had the responsibility to do a number of different things. So aside from writing the script, choosing who was going to be the director, editor, what have you, and so with that there were 2 created, and so this is our first. This is what we'll be showcasing this evening. The PSA is hashtag Stop Bullying.
Hey Haley, come on. Listen, I want to the cafeteria. Okay, give me a second. I'm hungry. Okay. Let's go. Well. Look who we have here.
A bunch of nobodies.
I'm sorry, I can't. No, wait.
Hi. I'm sorry. It's okay. Are you okay? Yeah.
So we just completed, the district from kindergarten through eighth grade just completed the winter NWA testing. And so we get to see, always we're looking to see how students are growing, what's going on. And so from there, we had to take a look at a little deep dive into our students and how they performed. And so from there, we're really glad to see how much growth did occur for our students. We not only compared the growth from the start of the school year, but we also were taking a look at last year's scores as well too, to see what was happening. So overall, one grade level of improvement, and then from there also, Yale students grew by an average of 5 points as well too. So really happy to see that happening. All right, what's next for YCP? So when I was writing this, we were talking about the PSAs that would happen for this year's, the second half of this school year, and the folks from YCP decided to go ahead and make a little change. And so for the first time, they're experimenting with our group to start working on a web series. So it's something the students are familiar with, happy to be a part of, and it's a little bit more, a little newer. So that's something that they're working on presently right now. So we're happy to see that happening. And then from there, like we had mentioned before, we're excited to see who gets selected or who's able to go ahead and attend for the Latino Festival as well too in May. All right. With that said, thank you for your time.
Good evening, President Raffay, members of the board, Superintendent Thompson, student, staff, and families that are here to celebrate our school. My name is Stella Castillo, and I am principal of Hillview Crest Elementary Coding and Robotics Magnet School. For the last 2 years, we have presented our C-STEM program, which integrates math with coding and robotics. This year, we continue to be a technology hub by piloting audio enhancement, which improves access to instruction and increased safety for everyone. What you see here is the display panel, which greets all of our Huskies every morning in their classroom, reminding them that there's nothing a Husky can't do. The audio and safety system aligns with Goal 2, which increases access, which fosters a sense of belonging for our students, and Goal 5, keeping up with best practices in safety. We're in the midst of receiving responses to the LCAP survey, and the voices of our family, staff, and students are important. This data is used to drive our work as is included in our school plan. 68% of our students feel comfortable talking during class discussions, and families are asking for more security and integration of technology into learning. So, the classroom audio system, what you have in front of you is the lanyard or pendant that our teachers wear that you can see Miss Weekly Wilson and Mr. Packham wearing, and they wear them throughout the entire day. The amplification of their voice is distributed throughout the classroom from multiple built-in ceiling speakers. Teachers no longer have to worry about straining their voices. This also allows them to teach from anywhere and have greater proximity to students to support them with focus, which increases their attention to learning. But why hear it from me? Let's hear it from one of my kindergarten teachers.
Good evening, President Raffay, members of the board, and Superintendent Thompson. My name is Kathy Camp, and I am a kindergarten teacher at Hillview Crest. One of the biggest changes I've noticed this year compared to my previous years is how much easier it is for my students to hear and understand instruction since we started using the audio enhancement system. In my classroom, there's always a lot going on: movement, excitement, noise, and that's all on a calm day. Last year, I often found myself repeating directions or even raising my voice just to be heard, and after a while, it takes a lot of energy throughout the day. Now, students hear the directions the first time, transitions go more smoothly, and the classrooms feel calmer overall. I've noticed a huge change in how students participate and engage in learning. When students can hear clearly, they're more confident answering questions and joining discussions. This new enhancement system has helped me spend less time managing noise and more time actually teaching. It's made my classroom more welcoming and supportive for all students. And at the end of the day, when students can hear, understand, and feel confident, real learning happens.
Thank you, Ms. Camp. Not only does the audio system amplify what is being taught, our student voices are also lifted and are heard. Let's hear from Mateo, a fourth grader, sharing his math thinking.
Day 27, the area is 3.5 because these are 3 and that's a half.
And it's one of those things of you don't notice how much it amplifies until you're in it and there's the absence of the amplification. And being passed down is the microphone that our students are using. So even the quietest of voices is amplified throughout the classroom, no matter where you are standing. So what's better than one husky sharing? Two huskies. I also wanted to share another student perspective from Ashita Kumar, a fifth grader who was recently the sole student speaker during our recent reclassification ceremony earlier this year.
Good evening, President Rafai, members of the board, Superintendent Thompson. My name is Ashita Kumar and I am here representing Hillview Crest. The audio enhancement system has made a difference in my ability to focus and learn in my classroom. Last year, before we had the system installed, it was very hard to understand my principal, Ms. Castillo, during morning announcements. Sometimes the bells wouldn't even ring. In the classrooms, it was kind of hard to hear my teacher unless you were sitting next to them. Now I can hear the announcements and bells very clearly, including Ms. Castillo's funny jokes. This year, it has also helped me in the classroom because I sit near the air vent, so it's kind of hard to hear, but the microphone makes it super easy to hear my teacher. When other students speak using the microphone, it's easier to understand and hear them speak when they participate in class discussions. Most importantly, I feel like I can be heard. This makes me feel proud and happy that I get to share my ideas.
Thank you so much, Ashita. Good evening, President Rafai, members of the board, and Superintendent Thompson. My name is Karen Florendo, and I'm the assistant principal at Hillview Crest. Audio enhancement also includes a powerful translation tool called Clear Connect. This tool allows students to immediately access grade-level content while they are continuing to develop their skills in the English language. So learning never has to pause because of language barriers. Ms. Camp will share her experience with Clear Connect in her classroom.
So this has been especially helpful for all of my multilingual learners. I have one student who is primarily Spanish speaking and who truly loves to learn. He's often the first one to participate, but before the system, the language barrier sometimes made it hard for him to show what he really knew. With the live translation system, he understands what's being taught in real time, and now he participates in without hesitation. He raises his hand more, follows directions on his own, and feels confident being part of the class.
That's really great to hear, Ms. Camp. Clear Connect isn't just for students, it's for families too. When we host parent workshops or family meetings, information is translated in real time so families can fully engage and participate from the very beginning. One of the most impactful features that the translation doesn't stop with just the presenter's voice. If a video is shown during a workshop or presentation, Clear Connect translates the audio as well, ensuring that families don't miss key information. Overall, Audio Enhancement's Clear Connect helps us create a more inclusive, equitable access for both students and our families, supporting understanding, connection, and meaningful participation.
So we've addressed goal 2. Access for everyone, adults and students. Now we're going to shift to goal 5 and the safety features that were brought up during the survey and the response. So as we've seen in the news, unfortunately, there have been emergency situations. And the SAFE system allows us to provide an immediate response. So the pendants that were passed around, the teachers wear them, and if you hold both sides, it immediately alerts the front office that there is an emergency in real time. No trying to find the closest telephone, no rushing to the office. And what you see is when they press that button on the panel where that pink dot is, shows us where the emergency is happening. On top of that, it also alerts my cell phone. So if I'm not in the office, I also know where to go. So There's also the pendant, but let's say you don't have the pendant on. In the classroom at the bottom, you can see the wall panel. And on the wall panel, it is passcode protected. We know our passcode. If there's an emergency, we enter the passcode and we also press it. It is silent in the classroom, and boy, oh boy, if you are in the office or have my cell phone or are in anywhere in the Dakota area, you will hear it, which is not a bad thing because it forces us to react and respond in real time. And the other positive feature is we can also listen into the classroom to hear what's happening as well. So if I'm responding in real time, the office staff is trained to keep in correspondence and hear what's happening, so we're always up to date. So not only is it a safety feature, there is clear communications, and it's not just for emergencies. If you don't know by now, Hillview Crest does like to have fun. So there is clarity across campus for morning announcements with my funny jokes and for personalization of the bells. If you know it, the Lone Ranger is our theme to get started in class. And on special occasions, we have our dismissal song of Who Let the Dogs Out? So there is also fun and personalization in it. I'm not done quite yet. Ashita had reminded me, I tell such funny jokes every single day of the school year. And she said, you can't let this presentation go. Okay, she really didn't say that. I said, should we have a joke? And I said, of course we should. So let's have it. Why do Hillview Huskies do so well at school? You don't know? Well, we know how to pause and think. And in general, we're pretty, Thank you so much. And don't forget, there's nothing a Husky can't do.
Good evening, President Raffay, members of the board, Superintendent Thompson. My name is Abigail Coatson, and I am the principal at New Haven Academy. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to share some of the highlights from this year at New Haven Academy so far. Our program at New Haven Academy is a unique option for students and families in our district. We use an independent study model to create individualized and personalized pathways for our students. And when the full day, in-person, comprehensive programs aren't a good fit for families, we're a good option for those students. This year, our focus has really been using the MTSS model, tiered support, to build on the independent study program and deepen our students' supports, opportunities for engagement, and both the academic program and our sense of community. It is a personalized program, and there are times for students and families when the flexibility of a virtual program is needed. But this year, our focus has really been creating meaningful educational opportunities on campus for our students. Students come in person for a variety of different ways: the individual sessions with their advisory teacher, targeted interventions and workshops, academic supports, and community and enrichment celebrations. Our targeted interventions have been really about skill building projects and opportunities for students to interact with each other, collaborate, and get support in specific academic concepts. Our goal is really to build on what happens in Ingenuity, that's the online program, with activities that they can't get from doing online on a computer at home. We've also really leaned in to college readiness, and we've connected that with our in-person commitment. So there have been resource fairs, visits from Chabot, helping students enroll, and we have 8 of our New Haven Academy students now enrolled this year at the Chabot College class that is happening through James Logan High School. And that was because we had Chabot come on campus in person to help our students, and we had the workshop in person. We do community celebrations. We have, Dia de los Muertos. We had a celebration of light. We try to align them with the board resolutions. And whenever we do them, we connect them to resources We're very closely located to Union City Family Center, and FSA works with them to bring those resources for our students. Our Welcome Day work resources was connected to Picture Day. We try to connect everything when we bring students on the campus. One other program I wanted to highlight, because it's a little bit unique, is our elementary program. It cohorts students by grade level, and they meet daily with their teacher and get direct instruction on the Edgenuity program. 4 days a week, that session is virtual, but 1 day a week on Mondays this year, it's been in person. So it's really been a pleasure to see the students coming in, interacting with each other, and getting targeted instruction in things that they can't get on the Edgenuity. So they've been having skill building, arts and crafts, and as you can see, time with scissors. Turns out scissors were important. I have Stephen here to talk a little bit. Stephen Velasco is a senior in our program, and he is going to New Haven Academy because of the flexibility with Ballet Folklorico. And we're going to watch a little video, but then we're going to hear him talk about what it's offered him this year and what the in-person has offered for him.
Good morning. What is your name?
My name is Stephen Velasco.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
And how long have you been at New Haven Academy?
Now it's going to be around 2.5 years.
Okay. And how would you describe the program here?
I say you're very supported while being on your own time. So you really have to be on top of your own stuff. They do support you a lot here.
What 3 words best describe you as a student here at New Haven Academy?
I would say outgoing, self-sufficient, and I would also say very artistic. I feel like this has helped me build my arts in a type of way and focus more on stuff that I really want to do, like dance and art. I feel like this has given me the time to just help me with that. Good evening, everyone. As you just saw, hi, my name is Esteban Velasco. I've been going to New Haven Academy for around 2 years now. New Haven Academy has been a really good help for me to grow because, as some of you might know, I've never had the best experience at a traditional, 5 days a week, 8 through 3 p.m., school type. New Haven Academy has made it possible to do school my way in the ways that it benefits me the most. I've had the best possible experience being able to manage what I want to do on my own time. As you guys may know, I do dance, like I said in the video, I do dance with the James Logan Ballet Folklorico team, and I do dances around, I dance at Kennedy Park, I dance for some of you guys' schools. It's really been a joy, but that could not have been possible without New Haven Academy and its flexibility with everyone. Everyone has different times they want to come into school. We do our classes focused on flexibility and very much on your own time. And I really couldn't have done that without New Haven Academy. Independent Studies has helped me so much by showing me how to manage my own time and being self-sufficient and really being on top of my work. I feel like that is what I really didn't have at my traditional school. This has really helped me build that kind of, I need to do this, I need to do that right now. That's really helped me on my own work. And with the new Edgenuity software that we have, it helps that I'm up to date with all my classes being dated and with everything I need to do for that certain day. And it really keeps me on track. What I really find also really helpful is our in-person meetings. You're required to come 2 times a week with your teacher, and I find that really helpful. It helps me stay organized, and it helps me be on top of my stuff, and just to make sure I'm on the right track and going where I'm supposed to go is graduate. Every teacher there has different, I would say, expertises. Like my teacher has been a wonder in biology, and every teacher, if I need help with any different kind of subject, she would let me go to a different teacher just for them to help me on a certain type of topic. And they're all just here to help you when they all have their own expertise and tastes and stuff. This year at New Haven Academy, I feel that we're growing so much as a community. I've gotten to see my classroom being filled up with so many kids at a time, as much as 20 or 25 or even 30 kids at a time coming at the same time. And I love to see it. I love to see my teacher not stressed, but I would say busy. I love to see the classroom just being lit up and just them asking questions. So I'm really excited to what's next. I'm really excited to see what's next for New Haven Academy, as it is very might be very new to some of you guys, but it's not new to me, and I'm really excited to see where we might grow. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen. I'm excited also. As we move forward through the rest of the school year, we're going to really focus on college and college visits and bringing in the college community. And we're also really focused on workshops, focused on academics, ELA, math and science. And as of the moment when I made this slide deck, we were tracking how many in-person sessions students had on campus, and we had 1,504 times students came on campus for a workshop or tiered support, and we're really excited about that. And that's about it. Thank you so much for having me here, and we're very proud of all that is happening at New Haven Academy.
Good evening, President Raffay, members of the board, Superintendent Thompson. My name is Jessie Welcomer, and I'm the principal of Searles Elementary. Tonight, members of our Searles community will be highlighting our Math Olympiad clubs. Our Math Olympiad clubs support our work focusing on our district strategic goal number 1, prepared and empowered students, specifically focusing on how we engage students with rigorous, standards-based learning experiences using instructional strategies that maximize access, as well as increased opportunities for students to participate in expanded learning programs during the school day. Our Math Olympiad Clubs, or MOMS, is led by our assistant principal, Ms. Julie Calderon. This is our 3rd year participating in Math Olympiad at Searles, and due to the popular interest and student request, this is our 1st year expanding down to 3rd graders. Our school now has 2 Math Olympiad groups, one for 3rd graders and one for 4th and 5th graders. During the weekly Math Olympiad sessions, students engage in rigorous problem solving, work independently in partnerships and in teams to solve problems, learn new material, and complete the official Math Olympiad quizzes.
Good evening, board members. I'm Julie Calderon, assistant principal at Searles, and I've had the honor of leading Math Olympiad at Searles for the last 2 years. The mission of MOMS is to provide opportunities for elementary students, their teachers, and their parents to engage in creative problem-solving activities throughout the school year in order to further the study and enjoyment of mathematics and to raise student performance in mathematics. Program goals include stimulating enthusiasm and love for math, strengthening mathematical intuition, and fostering mathematical creativity and ingenuity. At Searles, we've seen significant growth in our math data in the last 2 years, and we're excited by the expansion of Math Olympiad to 3rd grade to further support our math growth. Our SBAC math scores increased the last 2 years, and while we have further to grow, we improved our average distance from the standard by 18.4 points in the last 2 years. This year, our NWEA winter math scores show increased achievement and growth as compared to last year. We know that continued investment in enrichment opportunities for our students, like MOAMs, will lead to continued gains. Now we'd like to showcase some of our Math Olympiad students.
Hello, Superintendent and school board members. My name is Genesis Cruz, and I am a 3rd grader at Searles Elementary. I was excited there was a 3rd grade club this year because I wanted to start practicing more algebra and practice math for 4th and 5th grade. My experience in Math Olympiads was very good and fun. I learned to solve problems and understand math better. Sometimes it was hard, but Ms. Calderon made math fun and helped me. I liked the games and working with my classmates.
Hello, Superintendent and school board members. My name is Emma He. I am a 4th grader at Searles Elementary. When I heard about Math Olympiad, I wanted to join because I'm pretty good at math and I wanted to see what math we would learn in the club. I was excited to see what else I could learn how to do. I like Math Olympiad because we get to do fun stuff with Ms. Calderon. And we also work together with our teams on hard problems. One of the examples is when Ms. Calderon has multiplication problems, my team worked as fast and hard so then we could get a point. Ever since I was in Math Olympiad, I felt more confident doing math and answering more questions. Later in the school year in April, I am ready for a math tournament. I'm looking forward to the tournament because I want to show what we have been learning. I definitely want to be in Math Olympiad when I'm in 5th grade next year.
You've heard from some of our amazing students about the impact of this program on their academics and engagement in school. Now let's see what it looks like. Here's a short video to give you an idea of our Math Olympiad Club in action with some additional student and parent perspectives.
942 multiplied by 17.
I like math club because when I grow up, I want to be an engineer. I like Math Olympiad because there's competitions and it has games.
And we can learn pre-algebra and it can boost my grades and we can learn how to fix and solve the problem.
I like working with my friends when I do the challenges. It helps me feel more confident when I work with my friends. My favorite part of Math Club is that I like to do math, and Miss Calderon helps me with all the hard challenges. You could get better during when you do tests like NWEA. The reasons I like Math Olympia is because you can work in teams with your friends and compete and try and get the most points. Also, there's tests that you can see if you got better or not.
I want to talk about the Math Olympiad program here at Searles. My older son Ricardo is involved this year in 3rd grade. We're hoping to get my younger son involved. Ricardo is blooming in that program. The teachers bring so much love. They bring hard problems. Ricardo comes home and tells stories about the community, his friends in class. We talk about the math problems together. I think it's just amazing all the work that this school is doing to provide enrichment programs, to welcome the kids in, and to give them something extra special. So thank you so much, Searles.
So as you can see, our Math Olympiad students have been working hard, tackling those challenging math problems, building up their academic skills, as well as their confidence and engagement in math. Our students will be continuing to work hard alongside Ms. Calderon for the rest of the year, engaging in their weekly meetings, and we are so excited that they're also working toward our district-wide Math Olympiad competition that will be hosted at Searles in April. We're so proud of our students and can't wait to see what they accomplish through their participation in Math Olympiad. Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening, President Rafe, members of the board, Superintendent Thompson, guests in the audience and online. My name is Nellie Marquez and I am the principal at Emanuele Elementary School. I'm proud to have the opportunity to showcase our school tonight. This year, we are intentionally building oracy across grade levels. We know that when students have, regular opportunities to talk, they build the academic language they need to access across grade level learning. This is especially important to our multilingual learners. Strong speaking and listening skills also help students think more deeply, better, and understand what they're learning, and stay more engaged in class. Through our equity walkthroughs last year, our instructional leadership team gathered data from classroom observations. For the 24-25 school year, we noticed that most academic talk was teacher-directed, which points the next step of gradually giving students more responsibility to lead discussions. The annual student survey results were overall positive. However, they indicated that some students did not really feel comfortable participating in classroom discussions. In response, our goal to build student confidence and equip them with the skills needed for success, both now and in the future. This year, our school-wide focus is on building oracy. We're working on this across all content areas, using intentional structures that create meaningful opportunities for students to engage in academic talk. This focus is closely aligned with our equity and language development goals. What oracy looks like in practice. Students engage in structured, partnered, and small group discussions. Sentence frames and key vocabulary support meaningful talk. Students explain their thinking and justify their reasoning. Teachers model and guide effective academic conversations. Now I'd like to turn it over to Mrs. Small, our assistant principal, who will share a highlight of the work we're doing this year.
Thank you, Mrs. Marquez. Good evening. It's my pleasure
to highlight the work that's happening daily in the classrooms. Each day, students are engaged in conversations during reading time that supports their language development in listening, speaking, and overall comprehension. This helps them activate what they already know, practice making predictions, and most importantly, become curious about what they are about to read. This instructional focus supports academic discussions, builds critical thinking, and improves understanding across grade levels. We'll now watch a video of a lesson in progress where students are applying what they've learned to support each other in conversation and collaboration.
我看到一个地图，我觉得这本书在说不一样的国家。我想问，为什么有不一样的食物？我看到一个美国的个国家，我觉得这本书在说加州吃什么，然后别的州都吃什么。我想问，为什么要学这篇课文？
In writing, students extend the learning they do in reading and apply it directly to their own written work. The skills they practice as readers, analyzing texts, noticing structures, and thinking critically becomes the foundation for how they communicate ideas in writing. Teachers intentionally support students through the use of sentence frames and visual supports. These tools help students organize their thinking and express complex ideas without being limited by barriers. Writing instruction also becomes frequent opportunities for partner talk and choral responses. Before students write, they talk through their ideas with a peer, rehearse sentences out loud, and hear academic language modeled and reinforced. This oral practice strengthens clarity, vocabulary, and sentence structure. Throughout the process, students are expected to speak and write in complete sentences and engage in higher level thinking by explaining their reasoning, making connections, and supporting ideas with evidence. By talking first and writing second, students are better prepared to produce thoughtful, well-organized written work. During math time, we see the same emphasis on thinking, language, and student ownership through our use of bridges and math studio strategies. Students are encouraged to explain how and why they solved a problem. This shifts math instruction from simply doing procedures to truly understanding concepts. Students regularly explain their reasoning, both orally and in writing, and teachers support this by modeling and reinforcing academic language and providing sentence stems. These supports ensure students can participate meaningfully. A key component of math is our turn-in talks. They're learning to think like mathematicians, they build reasoning skills, use academic language, and develop confidence in explaining ideas. This approach supports deeper learning and prepares students to tackle complex mathematical problems and with understanding and flexibility.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Small. So instructional practices, talk moves. What are talk moves? So talk moves, there are tools teachers and students use to guide and strengthen academic discussions. Our teams have participated in PDs left by Jeff Sweers and studied related research to help focus and deepen classroom conversations. This is an ongoing practice that our instructional leadership team is refining to support grade level teams. We collect data from walkthroughs, focus students, and assessments to see how it's going. Right now, our students are talking, but we're ready to level up. Those discussions using purposeful prompts and questions. Our current focus skill is having students elaborate and build on each other's ideas, sometimes even using hand gestures to support their thinking. Here's a sample of those talk moves. Impact on our students. It has increased engagement and participation, improved confidence in speaking, greater access to content, especially for our multilingual learners, and strong connection between oracy and literacy. In short, by building students' talk skills, we're not just helping them speak up, we're helping them think deeply, engage fully, and access learning at a whole new level. Thank you for your time. Have a great evening. We are Tigers, and we roar.
Good evening. President Rafe, members of the board, Superintendent Thompson. My name is Claire Zapata, and I'm the principal of Conley-Caraballo High School. Here with me this evening is teacher Nicole Tanciocco, teacher Josh Wheeler, and student Mari Medina. Tonight our focus is on Goal 1, strengthening academic, behavioral, and attendance supports. Academically, this year we've launched a new program called PACE. It's a school-wide literacy program across all content areas, including PE. We also introduced a new program called Conley Catch-Up. It's a daily after-school intervention program, Monday through Friday from 2 to 3 o'clock, and it's really making a difference with our students and their credit recovery and also just academic skills. We will also detail our new PBIS DRIP program later in this presentation. We're excited for you to learn about how our new DRIP program has really had an impact on positive behavior on our campus.
So this slide highlights how we celebrate and reinforce student success across the 3 areas in Goal 1. We recognize achievement growth monthly and quarterly. In addition, our PBIS DRIP framework promotes positive behavior by defining clear expectations for determination, respect, initiative, and punctuality. These areas were identified as focus areas through the COST and ILT teams. These teams met and discussed which negative behaviors were creating barriers to learning. For example, many of our students lacked initiative, helping others, participating, taking risks in their learning. So by rewarding DRIP points for initiative, we were able to reinforce students being active participants in their school experience. And here's a video that shows our DRIP program.
Welcome to our DRIP store at Conley. DRIP is our new PBIS system, and here are the basics of how it works. Every day, teachers use 5-star to digitally assign DRIP points to students in 4 categories. D is for determination.
Determination means having the will to succeed and refusing to quit. A student example of determination might be if a student is having a real struggle, either outside of class or even with an assignment, the student pushes through that and is able to get their things done in a quality way. I'll offer determination points for that.
R is for respect.
Respect means honoring yourself, others, and school property through your words and actions. A student example of respect would be just simply how we talk to each other, how we interact with each other, how everyone on staff knows almost every student's name, how we say good morning to each other, or how students just interact and clean up after themselves here at school.
I is for initiative.
Initiative means staying on task without being prompted, going further than what is expected. So a student example of initiative would be a student I have that gets to class, he puts his phone in the yonder pouch, and he'll stand at the door and he makes sure other students put their phone in the yonder pouch and lock it. And any student who doesn't lock it, he will go ahead and lock their pouch for them.
P is for punctuality.
Punctuality means arriving and leaving a location on time. An example could be getting your work done on time, completing assignments, turning in projects in a timely fashion.
Students can cash their DRIP points for snacks, food, gift cards, field trips, and more. Our students need a budget and plan how they'll spend their points and love having control over their own rewards.
I like to cash in my DRIP points for things like this.
I like the water.
I like that it's really easy to get the drip points by participating in class, and I like the snack system.
And that's our drip system, and we're excited to see it grow.
Good evening, all. With drip points, students like myself can use them on fun field trips. Some field trips I've spent my drip points on are the school hike to Garen Park, to the Orpheum Theater in San Francisco to see the musical Stuffs, and the D. Young Manga Museum, also in SF. More upcoming field trips are tours to the Ohlone College and Chabot, and one to the Presidio in San Francisco, and one on the same day to Chinatown, where you go to a fortune cookie factory.
Okay, so here's some data. Since we implemented our DRIP program this year, we've seen a decrease in discipline referrals and tardies, which is really exciting. From the start of the year, you can see on the slide here, to the end of January, there has been 39 less discipline referrals and about 2,500 less tardies. So kids are getting to class on time, which means kids have more access to learning. Mr. Wheeler will talk to you about DRIP data.
All right, this is our DRIP data. The majority of our students earn DRIP points from initiative. Kids earn points for things like demonstrating knowledge, being consistently on task, or helping others. Kids can also earn DRIP points for determination, respect, and punctuality. These are the soft and hard skills that will and are manifesting in into a great learning environment, and fewer tardies. Also for goal number one way we are fostering academic growth is through observations. Ms. Zapata, Ms. Tansioko, and I are conducting weekly walkthroughs during which we can identify our strengths and opportunities to improve. We are conducting math and reading assessments 3 times a year and using that data to drive our instruction. For our positive behavioral intervention and supports, PBIS, we are reflecting on our behaviors and looking to reinforce positive behaviors. One example of this reinforcement is the DRIP program that you saw. We will continue to survey students regarding the DRIP store items, field trips, and club offerings. Thank you for your time.
Trustee Student Gonzalez.
Hello? Okay. Hi, everyone. Wow, there's so much to say. I just want to say a huge shout out to all of you for coming out to this event, especially the young students who came here. We love the opportunity to have you join us and be able to hear your personal experience, because at the end of the day, what matters most is the student experience and them being able to have access to all these incredible opportunities. As a senior myself, I think I received so many different things here today at this presentation that I think I definitely would have enjoyed, throughout my years in elementary school and my years in middle school. Just to name a couple, I myself went to Cesar Chavez Middle School, and I think given the given the opportunity, I definitely would have loved the cinema project. That's such an incredible thing, and being able to see our own television department that we have here at James Logan, I look forward for young students currently attending CCMS to be given the opportunity to explore that in their years in high school. And I also think what you guys are doing with the math Olympiads, I think that's such an incredible opportunity for the young students at Searles Elementary to have. I myself have always been, very interested in mathematics, and I think given the opportunity in the 5th grade, I would have 100% jumped on that. And I just want to say one more time, thank you so much for everyone who came out, and I think today, just goes to show how much effort you guys are truly putting in. You guys are putting so many extra hours, because you really don't have to do this, but you do it anyway, and I think that your students do recognize it, especially a student like me. I can just see how much you truly do care for those who are attending your schools, and I think you guys are making schools something for your kids to look forward to. And as a student myself, I thank you for your efforts, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to someone else. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Bella. Now, Trustee Kumar, would you share? It's hard to follow that.
It's always so nice to hear from our school sites. One thing I really love is to see how our strategic goals, our initiatives, our ideas, our suggestions, they transform from words to action. When we see the YCP, the audio enhancement, the revamping of New Haven Academy, Math Olympiads, Orasi, the DRIP program, which I'm going to try and steal and adapt to my class, by the way. It's phenomenal, and staff spends a lot of time researching these programs and ideas. We spend a lot of time before we give the nod, but really I think the success of the program depends on how it's executed, and that's all you. So incredible work. I do want to take a moment to thank all our principals for being here, taking the time out, our presenters for coming out and sharing all the wonderful work you do, and a special shout out to our students who are here, as well as the ones who were in the videos. It was really fun hearing them. Thank you.
Trustee Gonzalez, would you share?
So I too went to Cesar Chavez Middle School, very special place. I'm a hawk. So the after-school program, the Youth Cinema Project, is very well done. The students who presented said their pieces were very impressive. What I noticed in that stop bullying would just got me reflecting on my time at Cesar Chavez. Now they got in and out signs. Before it was a free-for-all. It was kind of like swimming through. But I do remember one classmate dropped his binder and all the things were everywhere. We had to help him pick them up. But just great memories at Cesar Chavez, and just really impressive program. So well done. The Hillview Crest, who knew that the system can do so many things? It's so important though for students to be able to hear us when we're teaching. You don't have to repeat yourself. So with this kind of system, it just makes teaching a lot easier. And then the safety issue going on, just a lot of wonderful things it can do. My colleagues, Husky, she went to Hillview Crest too, so I'm going to also ask her when I need a favor or something. There's nothing the Husky can't do, so you can take a couple extra kids with you for recess duty or something. So. And then thank you, Esteban, for presenting. So you did a really well job out there. It's nice that tackle the MTSS, the targeted intervention. So thank you for taking on that. And the school keeps growing and doing a lot better. The other school, my alma mater, is Searles Elementary, with the Math Olympiad that I was thinking of. And thank you, Ms. Calderon, for taking that during lunch for the 3rd and 4th graders during your time. It looks really well. I'm going to try to put that on my calendar to go to the district-wide tournament on Saturday, April 18th at Searles. I wouldn't mind adopting that at my own school, having something like that. Make it teamwork, make it fun for the students. Guy Emanuele, I also teach ELD, and I think I want to adopt this little book for myself. I don't know that plagiarize it. No, I don't know what the name of it is. Maybe I'll call it Mr. Gonzalez's handbook. I don't know. This is really good though. And Conley-Caraballo, the drip system we have. I know I do have classes though that I use their point system, but this is a lot better, and and it's not. And it's for the older kids. This is something they'll be able to use the drip system. So I do want to have more. I don't really have the incentive prizes like you guys, and so that's a really well planned system. And we know when it comes to PBIS that the art of teaching is pushing and pulling. Pull is when you, like a consequence, and then push is more of the positive when they're doing things right. It's easier to push than pull, and so this system is really well done. And a special shout out to Ms. T for taking on this. In your presentation, did a really good job. So that concludes our report.
Thank you, President Gonzalez. Again, to the students, thank you all very much. To the staff members, our site administration, and for our people who support all of you out there. Public education, as we know, sadly is under attack. And just to see the plethora of activities going on throughout our district, from elementary to our high school, and to our continuation high school, and our alternative high school, the plethora of different programs and activities that we're attempting to utilize for each and every one of our unique students and our unique communities. The things that go on at Guy Emanuele is the same thing. It's under all our 1 through 5 goals, but you guys are all doing it in a unique manner that addresses the needs of your community and your students. And so I'd like to thank each and every one of our instructional leaders we have at all our school sites, and then especially for, again, and they don't hear it often enough, for the people who are supposed to support you, because they give of their time and of their efforts. And so thank you, Teaching and Learning. Thank you, HR. We need to support the people who are doing the work in our classrooms and in our site administration, because that's the heavy lift. And just looking at all the programs throughout our elementary schools, you're all unique. You're all doing something different, but the same. You're teaching our students. So thank you all very much.
Tough act to follow as well. So I want to echo some of my fellow board members' comments on that. Thank you all for being here and staying late. And it is lovely to see our goals really translated into programs that are having an impact and making a difference. I do have a somewhat semi-serious question for the Youth Cinema Project folks. I'm wondering if you have any youth video editors that are available to loan out to other schools. I may be asking for New Haven Academy. Seriously, I'm kidding. I am wondering, it was really nice to see the audio enhancement hardware up close. It made a real difference. And remind me, Superintendent Thompson, when are we rolling those out to the other schools?
They're starting in the next month. I'm looking at Kevin. I think, it should be end of February, beginning of March when we'll roll it out. And the goal is ideally to have them all installed by the start of next year or the next year.
Are we starting with elementary, or are we starting?
We're starting with the schools that have the systems that are failing first, and then starting going from there, looking at the number of newcomer students who need the translation services and going up from there.
Because I feel that would really align with looking at the goals of Searles and Guy Emanuele, that we really led to that. I also appreciated learning about the Conley-Caraballo High School DRIP program, and love to see the numbers go up in a positive way, and appreciate all of you that are out there making it happen.
Thank you. And I have to say this is truly one of my favorite the year. Celebrating schools always remind us why we do this work, and tonight's presentations really fill the room with pride and joy. Thank you.
Superintendent, I really appreciate the families who came out tonight to support our schools, the students for coming out and making these presentations really come alive, and then of course our administration, particularly our principals who were charged with putting the presentations together. I know this is a lot, even though they seem short here, I know it's not that way for all of you, and you all did a fantastic job of showing how you're unique, as Trustee Irby said, but also connecting us together through our strategic plan goals. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Great job. I really appreciate it.
Thanks everyone. So now we adjourn the meeting today at 7 a.m.